Yes, dia kalau HIP memang dia.
A very good morning and good day to the Honorable Tuan Haji Muhammad Azwan bin Muhammad Nawawi, District Education Officer of PPD Kuala Selangor, Madam Nurul Huda binti Shidi, SISC Plus Language Department Officer of PPD Kuala Selangor, also the organizer of the program. Presenter Mr. Luhen Warma, Ana Lelaki Ravi Warma, English teacher from SK Bandar Baru Kuala Selangor, Technical Officer Mr. Muhammad Firdaus bin Shamsuddin from SK Assam Jawa, Yayasan Bank Rakyat, the sponsor of our program, dedicated teachers, beloved pupils, and who are with us in this live session. I am delighted to welcome all of you on this fine morning. Today, 10th February 2022, we have gathered here for an educational program, Prestij Primary English PBD Quiz for Year 4 pupils in Kuala Selangor District. The main objective of this program is to enhance pupils' proficiency level in English language and as a room to assess the second phase of catch-up plan for the year 2021 and 2022. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Tuan Haji Muhammad Azwan bin Muhammad Nawawi, District Education Officer of PPD Kuala Selangor, to deliver his speech and officially start our program this morning.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good morning. Thank you very much, Teacher Movina, as a moderator for the today, and for the Madam Nurul Huda, SIC Plus from the PPD. Okay, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the Mr. Teacher Movina as a moderator for the program today, Madam Nur Huda, SIC Plus from the PPD Kuala Selangor and the colleague Mr. Luhan here, and also the Cikgu Firdaus. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to merasmikan for this program. I think the objective of the program is very good, how to access the knowledge and proficiency of the year for students in English. This is a good opportunity for us how to develop the competency of our student. I think it can be adapted as a part of the school-based assessment activity in determining the level of English mastery of the student. A very interesting aspect of this program is adapt to approve of fun learning and the use of IT in the teaching and learning process. This is a good program, and I would like to thank you very much for Madam Nur Huda for the innovation with the teacher from the English, because to give the opportunity to our student in terms of the knowledge, skill, to enhance their proficiency in English in a way of fun learning activity. Thank you very much. Dengan lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, saya merasmikan program Quiz English class with Mr. Luhan today. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the speech and officiating our program Prestige Primary English PBD Quiz Year 4, Ms. Tuan Haji Muhammad Azwan bin Muhammad Nawawi, District Education Officer of PPD Kuala Selangor. Before the lesson starts, I would like to introduce our presenter for today, Mr. Luhan Warma Ana Lelaki Ravi Warma, English teacher from SK Bandar Baru, Kuala Selangor. He has a decade of experience in teaching English language. He has coordinated collaboration programs such as international conferences, New Age Learner International Conference, Life Health Talks, Pink October with National Breast Cancer Foundation, and International Information Exchange Program with White Pro Gymnasium School, Lithuania, Europe. On the other hand, Mr. Luhan has won state championship for English Sketch Competition 2021 and also have been awarded Anugerah Perkhidmatan Cemerlang last year. Then he also has been a panel judge for District English Language Co-Academic competitions. Before the ink is dry on the page, let's welcome our presenter, Mr. Luhan Warma Ana Lelaki Ravi Warma, English teacher from SK Bandar Baru, Kuala Selangor.
Okay, a very good morning to our Honorable Tuan Haji Muhammad Azwan bin Muhammad Nawawi, a District Education Officer of PPD Kuala Selangor, Madam Nur Huda binti Shidi, SISD Plus, Language Department Officer of PPD Kuala Selangor, and also the organizer, the sponsor for this program, Yayasan Bank. So thank you very much for having me, and a special thanks to the moderator, Ms. Movina, for hosting this program today. And I would like to thank all the teachers who are with your students today, where you are assisting them throughout this program. So I think just bear with me for another 30 minutes for this lesson. Okay, so you can make full use of the chat box. So I would like for an interactive session where you can use the emojis or your answers. You can type it in the chat box. So get ready. So we will start the lesson in a while. So okay, let me present to you the slides. Okay. Okay, so this is an English class. Of course, we are learning English today, and for the topic that we are going to learn today is about learning comparatives and superlatives. So this is a grammar lesson. So I think that it will be easier for you to have a piece of paper and a pencil with you to jot down any important notes. It will be very helpful for you to answer the quiz later on. Okay, so we will start. Okay, before we start, let's have a quick recall. So you can type your answers in your text box there, chat box. So we will have a quick recall on what you have learned before, previously on this lesson. So the first one, let us have a quick answer. If you know the answer, you can answer in the chat box. Okay, let us start with question number 1. So look at these two animals. So which is bigger? Is it a gorilla or a monkey? So which one you feel is bigger animal? So can I have the answers in the chat box? Yes, I got one answer. The gorilla is bigger. Gorilla, yes. I think you got the answers there. So yes, it's correct. A gorilla is bigger than a monkey. And second question, which is heavier? So which animal do you think is heavier? Is it the panda or the polar bear? Yes, I could see some answers there. Is it a panda or a polar bear? Any answers? B, the polar bear. Yes, correct. The answer is B, the polar bear. So now, question number 3, which is faster? Which one do you think is faster? Is it a tortoise or a snail? Which one do you think is the fastest? Faster. Yes. Any answers? Yes, B is it B? Do you think it's B? Is it a snail faster than a tortoise? Yes, A, yes. A tortoise is faster than a snail. So very good. So we shall continue with one more, which is stronger. So we have a rhino and also a hippo. So which one do you think is stronger? Is it the rhino is stronger than a hippo, or a hippo is stronger than a rhino? So what do you think the answer is? Yes, I can see many A's there. So yes, the answer is correct. A rhino is heavier than a hippo. Very good. So now it's time for us to start with the lesson on comparatives and superlatives adjectives. If you have realized just now, we have been using the comparative adjectives. For example, bigger, heavier, faster. So all these are comparative adjectives. So today we will be learning about comparative and superlative adjectives. But before we start, there's something that you need to know. Okay, the first thing, what is syllable? Okay, you need to know the syllable because it will define which comparative you can use for the word. So for example, a syllable is a single sound. So each word has one or many sounds, one or more than one sounds. For example, you can see the word goodbye has 2 syllables, good and bye. So which means it has 2 sounds. So let us look for one syllable words where the word has only one sound. Hot, cold, dry, fast. All these has only one sound, which means these are one syllable words. Okay, so we continue with two syllable words. For example, happy, boring, heavy. All these has two sounds in the word, which means they comes under two syllable words. Okay, now we have three syllable words, which are attractive, beautiful, interesting. So all these words has three sounds in the word, which means three syllable words. So I hope that you can recognize the sounds in the word, which will make you easier to do the quiz later. So you can actually guess the correct comparative for correct comparative to use if you can recognize the number of sounds in each words. So now, comparative adjectives. Coming back to the lesson for today, comparative adjectives is an adjective used to compare two people or things, which means you can actually use adjectives, you can use the comparative adjectives to compare two people or things. And remember, to make it easier for you, I have made it into 6 rules of comparative adjectives. So just remember the 6 rules of comparative adjectives. First one, rule number 1. With adjectives with one syllable, simply add er and the word than. So if the adjectives comes with one syllable, is made of one syllable, then you can simply add er and than. For example, tall. Tall becomes taller than when you compare two objects. Fast becomes faster than. High becomes higher than. Okay, so now take a look at this picture. There is a girl. Okay, this is Susan. Susan is the one with the green blouse. Okay, this is Susan and her sister Melissa. Okay, so now let us compare the height of these two girls. We are comparing height, and Melissa is tall. So you can say Melissa is tall. But when you compare with her sister Susan, Susan is taller than Melissa. So from the picture, you can certainly see Susan is taller than Melissa. So tall is one syllable word, which means it has one sound, and you add er and followed by the word than. So this is for rule number 1. Okay, so now next will be rule number 2. With adjectives and in y. Okay, you have to remove the y and add IER and followed by the word than. Okay, come, let us take a look at the words. Okay, happy. Happy is a word which ends with y. So when you see the y there at the end of the word, the last letter is y, you have to remove the y. So remove the y and replace it with IER. So you have happier than. Angry becomes angrier than. Busy becomes busier than. Okay, now let us have a sample to compare. So we are going to compare a happiness here, compare happiness. So can you see this boy, Hanif? He looks happy, right? So he's happy, and you can say that Hanif is happy because he looks happy. But he has a friend. Let's look at his friend. Oh, this is Chong. Chong looks certainly happier than Hanif, right? So when you write this, you can say Hanif is happy, but Chong is happier than Hanif. Okay, so it's easy to use adjectives for comparatives because once you know the rules, it's easier for you to get the answers. Okay, this is for rule number 2. Let us move on to rule number 3. Rule number 3 is with adjectives that already end in E. Okay, that is an already the words end in E, so you have to just add an R and followed by then. For example, the word nice. Nice ends with the letter E. So you don't need to add another ER because the E is already there. So you just add R. It becomes nicer than. Second one is safe. Safe becomes safer than. Late. Late becomes later than. So as you can see, if the word ends with E, you just add an R and followed by the word then. Okay, now let us compare these two dresses. Okay, you can see there's a lady there and she is holding two colored dresses. The first one is the yellow dress and the second one is the red dress. So it's obvious that she likes the red dress because she's looking happily at the red dress. So let us compare about the dress that she has, okay? You can say yellow dress is nice. It's certainly nice. It looks nice, the yellow color there. But since the lady feels happy to wear the red one, so we can say that, but the red dress is nicer than the yellow one. So it depends on the choice that a person make. It's not necessarily nice for you. It's not something different for the others. So it's important that when you see the word that ends with E, you have to just add an R and followed by the word then. So we read again, yellow dress is nice, but the red dress is nicer than the yellow one. So that's for rule number 3. Rule 4. This one, with adjectives with 3 syllables or more, when you have more than 3 or more sounds in a word, you have to add the word more and you have to have the word than. For example, intelligent. Intelligent, it has 3 syllables, so you have to add the word more intelligent than. So it becomes more intelligent than. For the second one, the word is beautiful. So more beautiful than. Interesting becomes more interesting than. Okay? So remember, if the word has 3 or more syllables, you have to use the word more and than. Let us compare these two movies. The first one is Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2. Okay, so for those who have watched Toy Story 1, they might feel that the Toy Story is interesting. But once they watch Toy Story 2, they might differ in their choice. So you can see, but Toy Story 2 is more interesting than the first one. So that's how you compare two movies or anything that you find it interesting. So first, you may feel that the first one is interesting, but when you saw the second one, it might catch your interest more than the first one. So we read again the sentence that we just now. Toy Story is interesting, but Toy Story 2 is more interesting than the first one. Okay, now rule number 5. Adjectives that end with a consonant, a verb, vowel, and a consonant. So you need the consonant to be doubled. Okay, for example, big, it starts with consonant. You have a vowel and a consonant again. So you need to double the consonant at the end. For example, big becomes bigger than. So you have to double the G. because it is the last consonant of the word. And the rule that the word has was consonant, vowel, consonant. So you have to add or double the end consonant and add and followed by the word than. So it becomes bigger than. Number 2 is hot, hotter than. So you double the T there. Fat becomes fatter than. So you double the T there. Okay. So now let us compare the size. Okay, this is Katrina. She has a gift. And this is Sandy. And she is also got a gift. So you can compare the size of the gift. For example, Katrina's gift is big. Yes, it's big, right? She has a big gift there. But when you compare with the gift that Sandy has, you can say that Sandy has a bigger gift than Katrina. So when you write Sandy's gift is bigger than hers. So we read again. Katrina's gift is big, but Sandy's gift is bigger than hers. Yes, very good. I could see some of you are writing the answers there. That's very nice. Thank you. Okay, now we have rule 6. Okay, adjectives, they also have irregular adjectives. When it comes to comparative adjectives, these irregular adjectives, they completely use different forms. For example, good, it will become better. And bad will become worse. And far become further. So let us do a comparison here. And old becomes elder. Yes. And let us compare the taste. Okay, we have Chef Razif here and Chef Henry. And they are with their most delicious pizzas. So we are going to compare the taste of the pizza. So the first one, Chef Henry's pizza is good. Okay, you can say Chef Henry's pizza is good. But when you compare the taste with Chef Razif's pizza, maybe you find it that's better. So, but Chef Razif's pizza is better than his. So when you write in a sentence, you can use these comparative words to compare the taste of the objects. For example, Chef Henry's pizza is good, but Chef Razif's pizza is better than his. So that's how you use the word to compare two objects. And okay, yes. So we have done with the 6 rules there. And now we will be moving on to the superlative adjectives. Okay, superlative adjectives. Superlative adjectives are the best, which means they are the best. Okay, a superlative adjective is used to compare 3 or more people or things. Remember, used to compare 3 or more people or things. It is also used to describe something as being in the highest degree or extreme, which means it is at the highest degree or it is at the extreme. So, which means superlatives is super, wow, that is the best of all. So, that is what is meant by superlative adjectives. Okay, for superlative adjectives, I have made you some simple 4 rules for you to follow. 4 rules for superlative adjectives. Okay, now superlative adjectives, you have short adjectives and also long adjectives. So we will look at the short adjectives first. Okay, number 1, 1 syllable adjectives. For example, you have old, fast. And 2 syllable adjectives which ends in Y. For example, happy, easy. So these are the one syllable words and two syllable words. So the rule for this is you add est. Okay, you add est. Rule number one, if the adjective ends in e, so you have to just add st because the e is already there. You are not going to double the e, so you will just add an st there. So for example, late, the latest. So you're just adding st. Next is rule number two. If the adjective ends in consonant, vowel, consonant is the same as the comparative, you have to double the last consonant. For example, big. Big will become the biggest. You have to double the last consonant. The G is doubled and you add EST. Okay. And for fat, it's the same thing. The T is doubled and you will have to add EST at the end. So it becomes the fattest. Okay, now let us move on to rule number three. If the adjective ends in Y, change the Y to I. If let's say you see an adjective ends in Y and you are going to make it superlative, so you have to remove the Y and replace it with I. So for example, happy. Happy will become the happiest. So the Y is removed and the I is added there. So I-E-S-T, happiest. Heavy will become heaviest. As same there, the Y is removed and the I is replaced and you add E-S-T, heaviest. Okay, so far I think you could follow. So let us have some activity here. So the word that we are going to use for as a superlative adjective here is big. So the word big is an adjective which has consonant, vowel, consonant. That means you need to double the end consonant. Okay, let us take a look at this. Okay, what animal is this? What do you think? What animal is this? It's a deer. Yes, it's a deer. So you can say a deer. The deer is big. The deer is big. But there's one more animal coming in. Oh, what is this? It's a horse. So when you compare the horse to the deer, the horse is much bigger. So when you write it, the horse is bigger than the deer. Okay? So, wait, there's another animal coming in. It's an elephant. And the elephant is the biggest. So when you compare this, you have the deer is big, the horse is bigger than the deer, but the elephant is the biggest. So you have adjective, the positive adjective there, big. Then you have the comparative adjective, bigger than, and you have the superlative adjective, the biggest. Okay, so let us move on for another activity, and this is long. Okay, the word long is a superlative, it's an positive adjective. So we are going to compare this. What do you think this insect is? Okay, the caterpillar is long. Okay, you can see a long caterpillar. So the caterpillar is long. So now we have another animal coming in. So this is much longer than the caterpillar. So when you write the alligator is longer. The caterpillar is long, but the alligator is longer. And now you have another animal coming in. Okay, this is a snake. So when you compare the snake to the other two animals, you can say that the snake is the longest. So you can see here the positive adjective is long. Then you have the comparative adjective longer, and you can have the last one, the superlative adjective longest. So that's very good. I can see a few good answers there. Okay, now we shall move on to long adjectives. We have long adjectives here. Two-syllable adjectives which is not ending in Y. For example, modern, pleasant. So these two words, they are two-syllable adjectives, but they don't end with Y. And all the adjectives of 3 or more syllables, for example, expansive, intellectual, popular. So all these words, they have 3 or more syllables, and all these are adjectives. So they are called long adjectives. And for long adjectives, the rule is you have to use the word most. Okay, let us look at this. Modern. So this is a long adjective, but it does not end with Y. So you have to use the word most. So it becomes the most modern. And you have expensive, the most expensive. And you have popular, becomes the most popular. And you have dangerous, becomes the most dangerous. So now let us use a long adjective to do this comparison. And the word that I chose is expensive. So we will have a look at this. Okay, so this is a watch. And the price is Rm 88.90. So this is expensive. I would say this is an expensive watch. So watch A is expensive. But then you have another watch, and the watch costs you Rm 129.90. This watch B is more expensive than the first one. So when you write watch B is more expensive than watch A. Okay, this is a comparative adjective where you use more expensive than. Okay, now moving on to another watch. This certainly looks very expensive with lots of diamonds on it. So let's see how much it costs. It cost Rm 459.90. So this watch is certainly more expensive than the rest too. So when you wanted to write, because you're comparing only 3 watches, so this would be the most expensive. So what C is the most expensive? Okay, so this is how you compare 2 or 3 items. But for superlatives, you have to use the word most for expensive, because expensive has more than 3 syllables, okay? 3 or more syllables. Okay, now let us look at the irregular verbs. Superlatives will also have irregular verbs. For example, you have to use which they use completely different forms. For example, you have adjectives here, comparative and superlative. Okay, we try to answer this question here or complete the table here. So the first one, good. We have learned the comparative for good is better just now. And the superlative for good would be, any guesses? Do you have any answers for this? Superlative for good? Can I have any answers here? Better is comparatives, and for superlative, good, better, and the superlatives will be the best. Yes, I got the answer there. Yes, very good. So good, better, the best. So the best will be the superlative for the word good. Very good. I could see most of you answering correctly for the question. So let us move on to the second one. Thank you. So the second one, bad. What is the comparative for bad? I think we have just passed the lesson just now on bad. Bad becomes worse. The comparative for bad is worse. What is the superlative for bad? Any answers? Yes, I could see the answers there. Worse. Superlative for, yes, thank you. I could see Aurora. She wrote worse. Yes, Vicky Chan. Yes, correct. It's worse, the worst. Yes. So you have bad, worse, the worst. Okay, very good. So now we move on to the third one, adjective, little, comparative for little. Any answers? Yeah. Any answers for comparatives? For the word little. Less, very good. For little is less. Superlative. Superlative for less would be the. Any answers coming in? Yes, very good. I could see the complete answer there. Ong Yit, something I just missed out the one. Yes, that is correct. The least. You have little less than the least. So that is the comparative and superlative for the word little. So yes, very good. So now let us move on to the next one, far. What is the comparative for far? Any answers for far? Comparatives. Further, yes, correct. Further, yes, it's correct, further. And what is the superlative for far? Yes. Any answers coming in for the superlative for the further? Okay, yes, you can use either further or farther. It's correct. And for the, yes, furthest, yes. Superlative is the furthest. Far, further, the furthest. Or far, farther, the farthest. Okay, so further and farther just depends on the degree of distance that they use. Okay, so either one is acceptable. So now let us move on to another word. This is good. Okay. Okay, look at this figure skater. Her name is Sabrina. So the way that she wears her helmets and her skate, the roller skates and everything, the roller blades, and she's an ice skater. So let us see. We can say that she is good because she could already stand on the ice and she can skate. So it is a good skater. She's a good skater. So Sabrina is good. So, but when you compare with Terry, Terry is better because you can see the way that she is skating on the ice. So this figure skater is better than the first one. But when it comes to Wendy, you can see with her attire and everything and the way that she looks, it looks like she is the best, right? So Wendy is the best. So you can say Sabrina is good, Cherry is better than Sabrina, but Wendy is the best. So she is the best figure skater. Yes, thank you. I could see the answers there. Very good. So now it's time to have a quick check on what you have learned just now. Okay, let us compare. We are comparing these cats to dogs. You can see here a picture of dogs and cats. So we have 2 cats and 3 dogs there. So we are going to compare the cats to the dogs, which means we are going to see the size of the cat. So we are using the adjective small. So when you use the adjective small, you can say that cats are small. Cats are small. But when you compare to the dogs, cats are smaller than dogs. Yes, cats are smaller than dogs. Yes. Okay. You can see the word, there's an ER, addition of ER and the word than, and becomes smaller than. Okay, this is comparing cats to dogs. What will happen when you compare the dog to the cats? If you compare the dogs to the cats, the dogs are big. Dogs are bigger than cats. Okay, so that's how it goes. So we shall try another one more. Let us compare this. We are going to compare a tiger to a wolf. Okay, look at this wolf. How does it look like? Any words, adjectives that you could describe this wolf? You can type it in your chat box. Any word or adjective that you can describe this wolf. How does it look like? Roaring, fierce, yes. Scary, yes. Dangerous, yes. Fierce, yes, that's good. There's one more word that I'm looking for. Yes, fierce, yes. Dangerous, very good. So all the words are correct, but we are going to focus on this word now. A wolf is ferocious. Okay, a wolf is ferocious, but when you compare with a tiger, the tiger is more ferocious than a wolf. Okay, a wolf is ferocious, but a tiger is more ferocious than a wolf. So the comparative that we use here is the word more and than, because we have the word ferocious has more than 3 or more syllables. Okay, so that's why we need to use the word more and than. Okay, that's good. So let us do one more comparison. Okay, look at these two animals. Which animal is more dangerous? Yeah, there's a scorpion and also a snake. So let us compare these two animals here. Okay, the scorpions are dangerous. The scorpions are dangerous. So when you look at the word dangerous, dangerous has 3 syllables. So which means you have to add the word more and than. So let us look. But snakes are more dangerous than scorpions. Scorpions are dangerous, but snakes are more dangerous than scorpions. So yes, correct. You have to use the word more, then dangerous, and then followed by the word than. That's how you compare 2 objects for 3 or more syllables. Okay, now we are going to do a quick recap now. So let's recap with this. I hope that you can quickly type the answer in the chat box. Positive is given there, and we will go one by one. You give me the answers for the comparatives and superlatives. Okay, for the word number 1, beautiful. So what do you think the comparative for beautiful is? Yes, I got the answers correct. More beautiful. Well done. More beautiful, yes. What is the superlative for beautiful? Superlative for, yes, got the answer. The most beautiful, yes, correct. You have to use the word most. Okay, number 2, big. Yes, bigger, yes. Big becomes bigger. And what is the superlative for big? Yes, I got the answer there. Bigger, bigger than. Very good. So what is the superlative for that? The biggest. Yes, very good. The biggest. Okay, now let us move on to the word black. Black is in color. So black is a color and it is an adjective. So how do you compare colors? Okay, the answer is given that blacker for comparative. And what is the superlative for black? More black. Are you sure more black? You can use the word blacker. Yes, very good. You can use the word blacker. What is the superlative for black? The blackest. Yes, the blackest. Very good. Yes, I could see the answers there. Very good. The blackest. Okay, now let us move on to the fourth one, bride. Okay, bride becomes brighter. Yes. Okay, now what is the superlative for bride? Superlative for bride. Brighter. Yes, that is comparative for bride. What is the superlative for the word bride? The brightest. Yes, very good. Brightest. It's correct. The brightest. Okay, now let us move on to the next one. Clean. Clean. Comparative for clean is cleaner. Yes, very good. It's cleaner than. What is the superlative for clean? Superlative for clean. Cleanest. Yes, I got I saw the answer. Yes, correct. The cleanest. Yes, the cleanest. Very good. Okay, now we shall move on to clever. Clever. Yes, that's right. Clever, clever. Yes, cleverer. Very good. Cleverer. Yes, very good. The answer is correct. And how about the superlative for clever? Superlative. Superlative for clever. Yes, the cleverest. Very good. Thank you. That's correct. The cleverest. Okay, now let us move on to confused. What is the comparative for confused? Any answers coming up for comparative for confused? Yeah. Confused. Yes, you have the answers there. Because confused has more than 3 or more syllables. Okay. So it will become more confused. Yes, very good. More confused. What is the superlative for confused? Superlative. Okay, yes, I think I got the answer there. Yes, very good. The most confused. The most confused. Okay, that's very good. Okay, now let us move on to the word difficult. Difficult. What is the comparative for difficult? Yes. Any answers for difficult? More difficult. Yes, very good. More difficult. Because difficult has 3 or more syllables, so you have to use the word more. More difficult. Very good. So now, what is the superlative for difficult? Yes. Any answers for Superlative for difficult. The most difficult. Yes, correct. The most difficult. Well done. Correct. So now let us move on to the next word, dirty. What is the comparative for dirty? Any answers for yes? Dirtier? Yes, because you see the letter Y at the end of the word. So dirty has Y at the end of the word. So it will become dirtier. The Y is removed and it's replaced with IER. So it becomes dirtier. So very good. Next one, the dirtiest. Yes, very good. Thank you. I got the answer there. The dirtiest. Okay, that's because it ends with Y, so you have to remove the Y and replace with I and add EST for superlative. So it becomes the dirtiest. The next one is fascinating. It has more than three syllables. Fascinating. So when you have more than three syllables in a word, you are going to use the more word. Yes, very good. More fascinating. Yes, more fascinating. That's right. And next is superlative for fascinating. Superlative for fascinating is the same. It has more than three syllables. Yes, that's right. The most fascinating. Correct. The most fascinating. And to the last word there, famous. Famous. Famous is famous. So comparative for famous. Any answers there? Is there something special there for famous? Yes. Yes. It is more famous. Yes, very good, because it is an irregular verb. So famous becomes more famous. And the superlative for it, yes, you're right. Most famous. Yes, correct. So these are the comparative and superlatives where you use these adjectives to compare between two objects. Okay, so very good. Well done with all of you. You have done a great job. You could answer the questions very well. So I would like to say thank you very much for being with me with this lesson. And I hope that what you have learned just now would really help you to answer the quiz later. So make sure you count the syllables. If you're not sure with the answer, you can use the rules that I taught you just now. There are 6 rules for comparatives and 4 rules for your superlatives. So if it is irregular, it will take a completely different form. So make sure you remember all these clues and also the rules for you to answer correctly the quiz later. So thank you very much. Thank you to all the organizers and also to the PPD officers and also to the departments. And also thanks to the moderator, Ms. Mowina. Thank you very much.
Thanks a million for the thoughtful sharing session, Mr. Mohan Verma from SK Bandar Baru, Kuala Selangor. For your kind information, attendance link for the pupils and teachers has been shared in our YouTube live chat, and it also has been pinned. So do not forget to key in your attendance before you start the quiz. Well, make sure you key in the correct and valid email to receive your e-certificates at the end of the program. Let's move on to the main part of the program today, which is the Prestij Primary English PBD quiz for Year 4 pupils in Kuala Selangor district. This is an online quiz which you have to answer the questions in quizzes. The quizzes link will be shared in chat box in a while. Pupils just have to click the link and it will direct to the Kuiz's website. Before we start, I would like to remind the pupils that you have to only insert your nickname or your short name followed by your school code. For example, if your name is Ali bin Hassan, just type Ali-BBC123 for your school code. Teachers, those who are with the pupils, please to make sure that they insert their name together with the school code as it will be shown in the screen later. You'll be given around 30 minutes, half an hour to complete the quiz. The interesting part of the quiz is the prize. The one with the highest point will be the winner, followed by the first and second runner-up, and 20 more consolation prizes. So answer the questions wisely if you wish to be one of the winner today. However, all the participants will be given an e-cert of participation at the end of the program. Well, the quiz will begin in a while. Try to recall all the rules of comparative and superlatives before you do the quiz. The link has been already shared in the chat box. Okay, if you can't click the link, you can also join using the code, which is 531679. You can just click the link or you can just key in the code given. Some of you have already joined. Don't forget to insert your name together with your school code. If there's no school code, then we would not know who is the winner. The winner is from which school. Some of you forgot to insert your school code, I guess. So please rejoin using your name followed by school code. Okay. Okay. The link is already there in the chat box and it has been pinned. Those who are joining late can join anytime and do the quiz, but we will start the quiz now. Your time starts now. All the best.
Okay, I think most of you have joined in the quiz. That's very good. I could see them going up. The scores are there coming in. Very good. So try to remember the rules that I taught you just now and use that. You can take your time to answer if you're not sure about the questions, but try to answer it correctly. The most important thing is that you are able to answer correctly. Don't worry much about the time that you take to answer the questions, but you can also have a discussion with your pair there. So I'm sure that there are 2 of you in each school, so you can also discuss with your partner there. So have a good time answering the questions. I think most of the words or adjectives that you are seeing now in the questions are actually we have covered just now. So it shouldn't be a big problem for you to answer. So you can have, okay, the scores are coming up, you can see there. So that's very good. Very good. So make sure to remember you have your name and also your school code for you to, if you are the winner, who is to contact you. Yes. You can see your rankings there actually. So they're going up and coming down. So take your time, answer the questions correctly. So we have around 160 players now. They're playing the quiz now, so that's very good. 160 players there. For those who have not joined yet, please make sure you have your name and also your school code, and the join code is there at the top of the screen, 531679. Yeah, that's very good. That's the most important thing is your name and your school code.
Which is at 10:30.
Very good. Yeah, this is going up. Yes. So the rankings has been going up and down. Yes. Yeah. Enjoy yourself answering the questions. It's very good. So you could see, yeah. So pretty good scores coming up there. So you have this. And we would like to thank Teacher Sharon for preparing you these questions before today. So thanks to Teacher Sharon for preparing all these questions for comparison and quizzes. So Yes, happy answering the questions, and we can see they have 19,000 plus scores, which is a very good score. But pupils are keep coming in and the ranking are keep changing, so try your best to answer the questions correctly. Try to read the questions, understand the words, and make sure that you're choosing the correct answer. So remember the rules and you can answer the questions correctly. You can use the pictures given in the quiz as a guidance for you to answer the question. So make sure you know how to count the syllables of the words, and you know the rules of 1 syllables, 2 syllables, and more 3 or more syllables. So if it happens to have 3 or more syllables, then you have to choose more than or the most. So try to remember the words that we discussed earlier just now. Some of the words might come across again in the quiz. So yes, we can see some scores are going up. It's very nice. Now we have around 40,000, 19,000. That's very good. There are 20 questions for you to answer in the quiz. Yeah, I think most of you have finished answering the quiz. Yes, you can see at the taskbar down there. Make sure you have your school code there. Oh, there are still people answering, so and make sure you have your school code. That's very important. Try to take your time and answer the questions. Yeah, 20 questions, yes. So there are still as we are closing the quiz at 10:30, so you still have time, so make sure you answer the questions, and the quiz will be yeah. Yes, some of you are still answering. Yes, take your time. It's okay. You have time until 10:30 to answer the questions. Make sure all your answers are correct before you click the submit button or before you setting it for us to assess your work.
Meanwhile, don't forget teachers and pupils, don't forget to fill in your attendance in the link which has been shared and pinned in the chat box. And make sure your email you have filled in your correct and valid email to receive the e-certificates of your participation at the end of the program. We will try to tally the email which you have used to complete the quiz and also which you have entered the YouTube live so that it tally and we will make it tally and we will try to give the prizes if you have won this. Please make sure that you insert your name together with the school code so that it will be easier for us to identify the winner from which school.
Okay. That's very good.
If you're done, you can
Yes.
wait for your friends to complete the quiz.
Yes. Maybe they're using the teacher's account. So there's one who couldn't join the link.
You have 8 more minutes to answer the quiz questions. Think properly and answer the questions wisely. Those who haven't joined the quiz can join now and start answering the questions as soon as possible.
If you can't join the quiz, you can straight away go to the quizzes page and you insert the join code there. 531679 is at the top of the screen there. So if you couldn't join it through the link, you can straight away go to quizzes page and you enter the join code. So I'm sure that you can answer the quiz there. There's one Aisha, so you didn't add in your school code there, Aisha. Thank you and most welcome to all the schools are giving their wishes. Thank you very much. There's only a few minutes left before we close the quiz, so make sure you have done you have finished your quiz and you have sent it to us to see your scores here. Try your very best to answer the questions. Try to think back. Use the rules that you have learned and to answer the quiz questions.
Try to recall the rules. Questions.
There's some names without the school codes, so please make sure you have the school codes. Either you can edit your ID, because only the names with the school code will be accepted as winners. If you are listed as winner, we need your school code, otherwise it will move on to the next rank. So make sure you have your school code in your ID. You can see at the example down there where it's written down there how do you write the name and the school code. If you could edit your ID, please edit the ID before 10:30 so that we could accept your answers. And for those again who couldn't join using the link, you can straight away go to the quizzes page and enter the join code shown above 531679. And not forgetting to thank all the teachers who are with your students at school, helping them out and taking care of this technical part and everything. So thank you very much to all the teachers who are helping us as well. So please give a salute to yourself, because you could handle them in the lab with only, even though it's only 2 of them are there. So it's sometimes you need to organize and everything. So thank you very much to all the teachers as well.
You have 2 more minutes of your quiz, so try to answer as soon as possible. Those who haven't update the teachers, especially the teachers, please do take picture of your pupils doing the quiz and update in the WhatsApp group for our reference later. One more minute to go.
We might be going for a countdown in a while to stop the quiz. So please make sure you have answered the quiz. Okay, we are going for a countdown with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we end the quiz now. Thank you very much to all the pupils who participated today. The quiz has ended and the winners will be announced shortly.
Okay, this is the time we have been waiting for. It's the time to announce the winners. The winner of the quiz is the winner of the quiz is
Wait a minute, we were coming to the winner. So
yes, the winner of the quiz is Teo Yan Yang, BBD
BBC.
BBC 3030. Hold on, yeah.
And we couldn't see the code there. So.
Code. Okay, the winner is Teo Yan Yang. First runner-up is Ainul, BBA 3016. Second runner-up, Arisa, BBA 3003. And the 20 consolation prizes goes to
Raisha,
BBA 3005. Danish, BBA 3016. Bale is not counted as one of the consolation winner because he has not entered the school code. So let's move on to Kavya, BBD 3702. Iqbal, BBA 3024. Yi Wei Zi Han, BBC 30, cannot see the school code. Aidam 3005. BBA 3005.
Is it the number 11 is not count because he's saying which number to?
Okay.
Okay. Well, move on to the next one. Dia, BBA 3021. I know it's repeated again. Yes, okay. Naura, BBA 3031. Ong Su Heng, BBC 30, code cannot be seen. Sarvina, BBD 3064. Marisa, BBA 3033. Harshini, BBD 3069. BBA 3016. Danish. Putri, SKPA3. Clarence, BBD 3069. Joshua Sri, BBA 3, code cannot be seen. And then Sugu, BBD 3060.
Yes.
Then the last one will be Haikal, BBA 3024. Well, the admin will contact the school teachers to give away the prizes.
Congratulations to all the winners. I'm happy that you could answer with the majority of correct answers there. I could see only a few got a few errors here and there, but majority got all correct. So that's very good to see everyone there. So congrats everyone for having a good session today. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to all the winners. We have reached the end of the program, but before we end, I would like to thank all the teachers and pupils for your active participation, Mr. Luhan, Madam Nurul Huda, Yayasan Bank Rakyat, and PPD Kuala Selangor for organizing such a beneficial program for the Year 4 pupils in Kuala Selangor district. If God wills, we shall meet again in future. Thank you and have a nice day.